You know, I truly believe that if I hadn't met Frank, that I might have been one of those guys that died out there on the streets, because in the last year I was out there, there were 7 people that I knew that had OD'd and died.
On my way to work, I would drive by homeless people, and I saw them out there in need, and my heart reached out to them. And that's why I first became involved with them and became involved with TJ.
I think that he saw something in me that I didn't see, you know? Because I mean, there was a time I was hopeless, you know? I'd go to sleep at night and I would pray that I wouldn't wake up in the morning, you know? And then I'd wake up and it was the same old thing, you know? Stuck in addiction. And I went to 45th Street and I met some guys that were homeless. and I started drinking with them, and you know what? I ended up staying on the streets for 4 years. The worst part of it is that I was disconnected from my mom. You know, I'd lie, you know, to get things and stuff. And I mean, you know, I'm sure she had tons of sleepless nights and cried, you know, and you know, I took them nights away from her, you know.
I probably continued to meet with TJ off and on for a couple of years. And I would see him most every day, and so it was a regular thing. I believe that TJ wanted to get off the street, and we were able to, you know, hook him up with the Lord's place.
It wasn't easy, you know, off the first, because I mean, I didn't go through treatment and have a bunch of clean time when I got here. You know, I came right off the streets. So, you know, my head was still wrapped up in addiction. I jumped right into AA again, you know, and I got a sponsor. I started praying, you know, and things started happening, you know, good things.
And the main key thing in life, don't be afraid to go to the next level.
I never thought about going back to school after 35 years, 40 years, you know, but I did, you know, and is it a struggle? Yeah, you know, I'm not the computer genius like these kids are, but you know what, I'm doing very well, you know, and I really like what I'm doing. I'm doing addiction studies and counseling and stuff, and they said, you're a good example for people, okay, and you know, I never thought of myself as an example. But you know what? I do feel blessed and I do want to help others, you know, that are struggling.
Like every client that walks through our door, TJ not only needed to be loved, but he needed to have hope. So many of our people come to us and they just feel unworthy. They just don't feel like they deserve anything than the life that they've lived on the streets for so long. You know, I believe that there's this kissing cousins between love and hope, right? When you love somebody, you give them hope. And when you give someone hope, they learn to love. And with that, they learn to heal. And then they realize that they are worthy of both. And so TJ needed some hope, and that's what we gave him. And that's what Mr. Hogan gave him the moment he stopped looking at him as just someone on the street corner and looked at him as a human being.
TJ is still very much the same person, but he is leading life more fully now, thanks to the Lord's place. I look on the Lord's place as a place of hope and refuge, a chance for people to recreate their lives, to have a redo. It is beyond comprehension that there is a place like this that is able to do that.
The relationship with my mother, you know, is very important to me. I don't want to let these people down in my life that have, you know, been there always. I don't want to hurt them anymore, you know. Frank showed up at just the right time when I absolutely was giving up on myself, and he didn't, you know. People say, you know, you got to do it for yourself, but you know what? I did it for my mother could sleep. I did it for, you know, for Frank to be proud. I did it for Miss Diana to be proud of me, you know, and I did it for myself.
He has really recreated his life. And the Lord's Place certainly believes in second chances and sometimes third chances and fourth chances. And I think we all need that in our lives. And we've all been in situations where a helping hand has been needed and a little forgiveness too.